I know I'm super late getting this review out, but I didn't get this laptop until a couple of weeks ago, and I've been very excited to do a full review on this because I feel that the Zephyrus G14 is in its own league. Like, there is no other 14-inch laptop that I can think of that has this much horsepower inside of it at this size. Now, this is a magnesium alloy, so technically it's a metal, but if you feel it, it does feel like plastic. Top of the lid is a little squishy, but nothing too concerning. This model happens to have their anime matrix back, which lights up using a bunch of micro LEDs, and you can customize it to any look or feel you want. The one thing that ASUS continues to do is include an ergo hinge on their laptops, which basically raises the deck of the laptop to allow airflow on the bottom. This helps big time to keep the laptop cool. The port situation is also great. On the left-hand side, you have your barrel connector. You have a full-size HDMI port, USB Type-C. Obviously, this is not Thunderbolt 3, but yes, you can charge the laptop using this port. You have an audio jack, and then on the other side, you have your Kensington lock, 2 more USB ports, and another USB Type-C port. Now, the keyboard on this is good. Like, I didn't have any issues typing on it, found it very comfortable. It's not like the best keyboard, but it's definitely top 10. The keys can be a little squishy on the bottom end, but there is a little bit of actuation and there's great travel distance. There are tons of complaints about the white backlighting on the silver model that I have here. Yes, it is dimmer compared to other well-lit laptops, but it's not like you can't see the keys. I think it's something that ASUS can easily fix in their 2nd generation. Touchpad, it's a bit tiny, but it is using glass and it's very accurate to use. It's not as good as the Surface Book or MacBook Pro, but it's definitely close enough. Sticker placement. Whoever placed these stickers, get them a raise immediately, because by God, considering AMD and NVIDIA are rivals, the symmetry and the placement are on point. The speakers are on top of the deck. Obviously, they're not going to beat a MacBook Pro, but they're loud enough to drown out any fan noise. This hinge is very solid. Unfortunately, it doesn't go 180 degrees, but it goes back enough. I have the QHD option. Thank God they went with QHD. I think 4K would be overkill on a laptop this size. Color accuracy, screen brightness is all fantastic on this laptop. The only downfall is you're stuck with 60 Hertz. If you want a higher refresh rate, you have to go with the 1080p model. Now, this laptop does not come with a webcam. So if that's gonna bother you, then you have to go out and buy a separate one to attach to this. So my review unit comes with a Ryzen 9 4900HS, 16 gigabytes of RAM, and an RTX 2060 Max-Q. And by God, when it comes to CPU-based performance, this thing is an absolute monster. It's faster than any other laptop that I've tested in 2020 and even i9s from the previous year. If you're compiling code or using any application that can take advantage of all 8 cores, the Ryzen CPUs that are coming out this year are the ones to go for. GPU performance is also fantastic. The RTX 2060 Max-Q is 10 to 15% slower than a regular RTX 2060, but it's still faster than a GTX 1660 Ti. Gameplay was fantastic, but you're limited to 60 Hertz, so it doesn't feel as fast and smooth as a higher refresh display, but overall, fantastic performance. Heat, it gets a little toasty. It can get up to 90 degrees Celsius, and the clock speeds are technically a little bit lower than some of Intel's processors, but because you have those 2 extra cores, it makes a huge difference in the applications that you're using. The one area that kind of suffers though is fan noise. Like, this is a very loud laptop, and I kind of expected it due to the size of this thing and the amount of power that's inside of here. Like, those fans can get over 50 decibels, which puts it in gaming laptop categories. Internally, a lot is going on here. Like, I'm surprised how good the cooling is considering this chassis size. They were able to cram in a good cooling solution. Now, there are some pitfalls. One, 8 gigabytes of RAM is soldered onto the motherboard, which means you only have 1 slot to work with. You can upgrade this laptop to a maximum of 24 gigabytes. There's 1 drive. It's not the fastest drive, but you can swap it out for something faster and bigger if you want to. Battery life. This is weird because when I first got this laptop, the 76 watt hour battery only gave me over 4 hours of use. Then I found a Reddit thread talking about how some of the ASUS software in the background was draining the battery. I installed it, followed the instructions, reran the test, and I got over 9 hours of use, which is insane. Look, this laptop's not perfect, you know? It doesn't have some of the things that we're used to from other Intel-based laptops like Thunderbolt 3. But here's the thing. Even with the lack of Thunderbolt 3, only being able to upgrade to 24 gigabytes of RAM, not having a webcam, I still think this laptop is in a league of its own. I can't think of another 14-inch laptop that comes close. Razer Blade Stealth 13? Nope. MSI Prestige 14? Nope. There's really nothing else like this, especially at this size. And I think we're gonna see some amazing smaller form factors going into 2021, especially when you see a lot more Ryzen processors in premium laptops. If you're looking for a 14-inch laptop and you wanna travel light as possible with as much power as possible, this is definitely worth taking a look at. I hope you guys enjoyed this review, because if you did, feel free to hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.